Hey everybody, Asher here with another Hearthstone live stream where today we're going to be testing out N'Zoth Control Paladin. That's right, I can't even get my words right all of a sudden, but this is a deck that really relies on just slowing things the crap down. So if you like long drawn out games full of healing by Ragnaros, Lightlord, Lay on Hands into Forbidden Healing, well this is Control Paladin, the dream that many people have had since the very beginning of Hearthstone, where they thought they could make control, But you'll notice that one card that I'm not running is Eadric, mainly because his stat line is not that great, and usually in pretty much all matchups, Humility, 2 Humilities and 2 Peacekeepers are enough for attack reduction. Otherwise, things can be taken care of by Doomsayers and Equality. Now this is, like I said before, I'm still testing out the deck, so I'm still trying to work out not necessarily some of the kinks. I think this list, I'm having trouble figuring if there's other things I could do. I could possibly swap something out for one of the heal bots, for instance. But I think the bigger thing is just trying to wrap my head around the control playstyle a little bit more. So we're going to dive into some games. Pretty much the idea is to grind out the game, go as hard as possible, and then go for N'Zoth. Now I'll tell you as well that I have been playing some with the Hearthstone deck tracker recently. I did get a tweet at me saying, hey, why don't you use that for your videos? But unfortunately it's a pain in the butt to get on live stream, so you'll start seeing it in other Hearthstone videos I do, but for this one, since this is pulled straight from the stream, for those of you who are watching on YouTube later, hi everybody, let's go ahead and get in the games. So let me just go ahead and click a few buttons here for those of you who are watching at home right now. Let's show the deck on the side. There it is, and I'll try and call out any observations that I have in terms of game played. But this is the last day of the season. I'm ranked 10. I fell down a lot of ranks, mainly because I had just some bad streaks between Zoo, which we'll do another time, and just kind of distractions and having to drop some games. But mostly, I think it was pretty rough. Like, I don't know. Let's go ahead and play. Finding opponent. Gotta remember this VOD's gonna be going up on YouTube, so I can't just sit there and be like, oh, I'll edit this out later. Because the issue that I had before the prior stream was mainly just a software talking to each other issue. So this time it should not be so bad. At least I hope not. Alright, versus Mage. Tashi, do not know you. I did play somebody who was still playing a tempo Yogg-Saron Mage. Do I want to keep Outdoor Peacekeeper? I could keep Solemn Vigil just because, but I really want to get a Doomsayer here. I'll keep one Peacekeeper, at least so there's some kind of board counterplay. So True Silver Champion's good. Cairne is a card that I've seen some people question as well, mainly because the 4/5 stat line is not awesome. But when you look around, it's like, well, in standard mode, which is what we're playing here, what other deathrattles are left? This is still one of the best deathrattle cards. I actually had previously disenchanted it all the way back in Goblins versus Gnomes because Piloted Shredder was better, like Cheddar. But now here we are years later, obviously by dusting a lot of other things. I'm sitting on plenty of things to craft still. The nice thing about N'Zoth is that he fits in multiple deck archetypes, so there is a potential grow minion. Let's hear one Forbidden Healing, that's good. I don't think it's worth coining out anything, although this would be an ideal Doomsayer turn. Well, not necessarily ideal. Turn 2 into turn 3 is more ideal if they don't have coin, because you don't want your... Well, if your Doomsayer eats a fireball, that's not awful. It's not the end of the world. Alright, so far looks like my stream quality is going much better than last time. Last I checked the software, I had 0 drop frames in my test run. So hopefully it's going to be good here, and it looks like we have a Cthulhu Mage. You're going to be seeing a lot of Cthulhu decks. Surprise, surprise. Let's go ahead and kill it. And let's hear after you cast a spell.
Burn.
So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully we can take out 2 good things with it, and we get some of our health back. Or like we only lose 1 life. So Flame Walker and Frostbolt. That's okay. So his plan is just to end the game as soon as possible. Let's develop Cairne. I mean, this does delay my Tirion turn a little bit, but if things get really nasty, like he throws a fireball or 2 at me, or a Ice Lance Frostbolt or something, then we can just heal the crap out of ourselves or hit the emergency reset button. Oh god. Okay. Well, this is good reason to develop Cairne as any. Question is he actually going to be able to kill it? No. Good. Alright, so he's going to be mostly spent. Flamewalker is one of the toughest cards for a lot of matchups here. Alright, so he's guaranteeing it dies. Second Forbidding Healing. Is there a better play right now than healing for 12? Not in hand. There's really not. Like I said, the goal of this is just to try and stall for absolutely as long as possible. Get all your death rattle minions out, and we're still a turn or so away. But at least I don't even have any of my activators, any of my pyromancers, any of my doomsayers. I'm not lonely anymore. Bathe in flames. So Lord of Tempo. I'm gonna save my humility for when I really need just that one mana. And we'll make it do. So Tirion comes out next turn, which I'd much prefer to have other things get polymorphed than Tirion, but the one sad part about if something dies as after it's polymorphed, you do not get it on your N'Zoth turn, and you're going to see the mouse pointer go over here, or you may not because it may be under the underlay. But I do, like I said, I'm running the Hearthstone deck tracker right now. I don't want to leave that up. This looks like a Doomsayer turn. Walks like a Doomsayer turn, talks like a Doomsayer turn. It's good to top deck into these things, so he's going to get double discounted cards at the very least. Okay, so one fireball. We can also look at that as that's damage that's not going directly at me. And that was just one of his fireballs, so what's that? Sorcerer's Apprentice, okay. This would be a great time for a Wild Pyromancer or Consecrate. Good. Now I guess the question is, do I want to take all of this out right here? Because that's 4. Or do I just Tirion? I mean, that guy's been up for a while. He's not a huge threat. I'd be playing one of these on an empty board, which is not awesome. I think I just developed Tirion. Be patient. He's already got the cost reduction for some things here. Okay, Arcane Missiles, so he doesn't have the poly. And that was a really good card to get double discounted because it costs -1 mana. And what else? Arcane Blast. Double Arcane Blast. Alright, so we were right. In fact, this is less of a threat now than it was before. And we got our first N'Zoth thing. We got another Doomsayer. That's not going to be as strong here. So, as fun as it would be to heal, we do have that one huge pocket heal later. Probably better just to do a slight tempo play.
None may steal our secrets.
We'll keep one of the keepers. He's got half his cards left. There we go. 1 win. Not so bad. And we didn't even have to do a bunch of our healing here, but he lost steam super fast. I mean, having to use all those blasts there, like I said before, it's not always terrible to drop a Doomsayer. You just want to make sure he has to work for actually killing it. So, pretty good. Let's go ahead and dive into another one here. So, my current overall deck, I did play some games on phone, so I'm just strictly going by what's being listed here right now. Ugh, wrong button. There we go. Any day now. Backspace. There we go. Just in time for a worthy opponent. And it's a Warlock. It's a Zoolock. It's got to be a Zoolock. This is going to be an interesting matchup because this is all going to come down to we have one board clear in hand, so I'm going to hold on to that. The idea behind Zoo, especially with coin, is that they're going to be able to get a lot of shit out early, which is one reason the Sejin's in here. There are other people that use the new taunt for a number of creatures out there, and that may actually be stronger against Zoo. But I find that the getting a guaranteed 5 health instead of waiting for your opponent to develop their board is sometimes a little bit better. Okay, so second Pyromancer. One of the biggest mistakes I was making piloting this deck before was, oh, actually, he didn't actually have a 1-play. So it's either a very sad Zoo or it is Arena Lock or something. Okay, Dark Peddler. Doesn't answer any questions. But one of the big mistakes I was making trying to pilot this deck before was actually dropping tempo Pyromancers or anything. This deck is not built to do that. Those Pyromancers are just as much of a board clear piece as Equality. So you gotta save them. Or, in a pinch, 3 damage Consecrate. So this could be Reno. Battle of the Heal-Off from Mephistopheles, or Mephistoph.
Someone called.
Yeah, this is 1000% Reno. No, that may have come from Dark Peddler. Let's see. Well, we got Light Lord. I love his sound effect. Why am I not wearing my headphones? By the way, that's so weird. Which one? It's like I have to ask, which is the one with sound? That's not the one with sound. That's the one with sound. Alright. Die. Any day now. Really? We're lagging here? Of all the places, we're lagging here. Alright. So I did actually drop a few frames after all at some point. That's annoying. But I'm holding steady otherwise. So he has not coined yet. And what do we got? Shadowbolt. So this is the question is this straight up Reno, or is this Reno Cthulhu? We're gonna play Corrupted Healbot. It's still early enough. I find that the 2/6/6 bodies are really good, and they far outweigh the 8 health. You're not gonna be pushing face damage until later. And a Warlock's gonna be like, ooh, I want to get as much health out of this as possible because that's free healing. Also love the Black Temple card back. Alright. Good turn for me. Get to develop the weapon, and we get to use it over the turns before we develop Tirion or Ragnaros. It's probably going to be Tirion first. Alright. I probably should have cleared that, but if he decides to use a power overwhelming now, it's no big loss. Cool. Tirion. Okay, well, guess how many cards? 9 cards in hand. And they're all discounted now. Alright. Turn off from Tirion. We'll go ahead and play the other Shield Master. Save a weapon. I mean, I could just push face. But I'd really rather not have this keep going. So if he gets 8 health from it, so what? He's a Reno deck. I'm going to be able to out-heal him. I have potentially up to 40 damage, or 40 healing in hand, or in my deck still, because I've gotten into my Forbidden Healings yet. Then we have Light Lord in hand. Tyrion's going to get played first. And then there's the whole N'Zoth thing, which I will really want to try and bait out Twisting Nether. Oh, good. That's a good Reno card, although the tentacles look more like Spermazoa, but whatever. Wow, you survived. We actually get to say
that
wow.
Is incredible.
It's bad luck for him. Sorry, Mephistopheles, and hello those of you who have joined in. This is Asher playing Control Paladin, as the title to the chat hopefully says. And Weapon Dead. Well, at least it's not Lightbringer. Did I say Lightbringer? Ashbringer. Okay, good. So we got all of our clears.
Put your faith in the light.
Alright, so this is probably going to get siphoned sold. That's okay. I mean, he should have siphon sold in hand. Maybe he just drew it. But we got one ooze gone. Question is this Reno list
I have no
running?
time for
Good.
games.
Okay, so now I don't have Tirion. Well, that's exciting. Do I got some news for you, Tirion? We are going to just make you follow the rules. Now we're in a bit of trouble.
Reporting for duty.
Because that's one of the cards you really want to get is control, and he just yanked it, so that's a good play.
Buying or selling.
And is that the second Dark Petal you're running? Maybe it's just regular old hand lock. Seems very risky to run two of those. Good. Go ahead and flood your board.
Why
You are actually going to flood your board. Okay. Let's see.
Reporting for duty.
Guess I don't need to worry too much right now.
Warning.
The thing is that he's got to have Jiraxis in there. So the question becomes, what happens with that? You're not supposed to get Tirion from me that way. I mean, actually power overwhelming and killing your Sylvannas like that.
Fine, I'll heal.
Okay. It's fairly passive, but it does give him free taps. We do not like free taps. But I can clear this at any time. He's got to play something or he's going to overdraw, and he's got 4 mana.
Take your medicine. Almost out of time.
Alright. Keep you. Okay, humility. Is this worth clearing? Probably. Okay, like I said, I got 2 Pyromancers. 2 of everything else. I just can't play anything on top of it. I love one of my 6 drops right about now. And he's got a ton of cards in hand, so let's make him think. This is going to put me on a clock. Is the one big issue. I'm not running any weapon. Alright. Let's do this. I have no healing in hand other than Light Lord. Alright. Really? Oh, discounted. Well, shit.
Well played.
It's the old combo. You gotta take your medicine sometimes. I mean, I didn't have another play. That was coming the moment I killed. Well, I guess my only other play was to play Ragnaros and hope that I didn't lose. All right. Like I said, we're just playing and learning here. I guess one thing I can do is learn to draw a little better. Hang on a second.
Leadrin versus Leadrin.
My hammer burns with holy fire.
Alright, double
Holy
paladin
fire
across
is
the
my
sky.
mirror.
If this is a mirror, we could be here a while. What do we keep? I think Peacekeeper's a good keep. Yeah, losing Tirion there was big. Big, big, big. Alright. So got a Doomsayer, that's good.
Hello, challenge.
Oh, exciting.
You will pay for that, cur. That is incredible.
It's a little
I don't have enough
hostile.
mana. My sincerest thanks.
So the question, I guess the question becomes more, when do we Doomsayer, not if do we Doomsayer. I think denying till turn 4 is valid. I always play it from the right hand side of my hand in case other people are using the deck tracker like I am, so they think, oh, you just top deck that. Well, what's the rest of your hand like? See, no, he could play Equality here. There we go. Go ahead and baited one of those out. It's pretty fortunate. Alright, 1 Forbidden Healing. Coming right up. Do we Doomsayer right now? We could always Pyromancer Coin, but that takes him out later anyway. Let's just put a body out there.
Reporting for duty.
I kind of want to keep that other Doomsayer in pocket for later, but that could end up being a terrible idea. But once again, this is Murloc Paladin in a world where we don't actually have... oh god. Well, he's not going to be able to hero power at least. But in a world without old Murkai.
Burn.
So die, please. Thank you. We'll eat the 2 damage per charge here for a few turns. Might be a good turn to Doomsayer next. We don't even need the
Nothing
Doomsayer.
scares me, except the mice.
Okay. That's cute. Let's see. We have the Equality. We can just consecrate this out. No need to kill a fly with a brick. Just use the old tool for the board clear while you can use the 2 damage before getting any of the other Murloc synergies out there. So second Bluegill Warrior. If he's playing any Finn, that's going to be the worst possible. So Divine Favor, that's cool. Get to fatigue faster. That's fine. I've got plenty of board clears. However, I do think I will go ahead and kill that. Let's go and do this. Once. Reason I did that was because he got a really good Divine Favor. But you know that's coming. Oh god, cat again. Alright, so True Silver. Alright, Cat is just having a grand old time today. Alright. Is there any reason to do anything other than just heal? I mean, I can heal for 14 right now. He's got God knows how much damage in hand. I mean, this almost kills this. What does my next turn look like if I heal right now? I could potentially Equality Pyromancer Sejin, which is a pretty good move. I think that means I coin too. Because that's 16, that puts me up to max. Yeah, let's do it. Alright. Thinking ahead like somebody who knows what they're talking about. While a cat is just going crazy in the next room. So there's 1 Forbidden Healing gone. Spoiler alert if you didn't know what kind of deck this was. Alright. Play all the things. Play all the things. Alright, how many turns can I take this? That's a tiny Fen. My one worry is that I'm out of board clears in hand. after this, and he's still got a lot. That's a lot of damage to eat, so we'll just do it now.
Options.
So there's his 2 Murloc Knights out. See what we draw. I apologize, there's a hair that's just bothering the crap out of me. Alright. Hello. Well, it's good to get Light Lord out. It's good to get Cairne out. Usually if you can get multiple board clears versus on these guys, it's not terrible. Alright. Ooze with taunts. So it looks like next turn's a Cairne turn. Oh god. I am so glad I Pyromancered when I did. So there's a quality, which is alright. Seems like a Cairne turn. I really don't think there's going to be a lot of targets. But that's me not knowing the deck, so we'll try and make it so that he can't have an easy trade into this. Well, I just gave him an easy trade because he's got to use his weapon, but at least make him use that weapon. At least for the moment, he doesn't have the Divine Favor anymore. I do think I underestimated Steward of Darkshire, though. It's annoying as hell to see it this way. Okay. Okay. Yeah, now you go face. No, he's gonna clear. Alright.
All upon us.
Unfortunately, a Consecrate here would actually... Well, Equality Consecrate would be alright. I'm not sure if that buff actually is going to do a lot. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. Alright, right now N'Zoth gives me nothing. He held on to those war leaders very well.
Should I?
Let's see how long we can survive. I do want to see if this actually decreases the attack. Yeah, that's the thing, is that Equality's not even going to save you from this, I don't believe. So how do you counter that? You Doomsayer it? Interesting. Getting Murlocked hard. I mean, I guess you just hope for Tirion, but here's the thing again, is that you gotta survive pretty late into the game. He doesn't have to do much of anything right now.
Back to your homes.
Alright, the good news is that I'm pretty dead, and this one's just about over. Wow, he's actually able to use his hero power? Alright, let's give this a try. And that shouldn't work. There we go.
Well played. You'll win, friend.
That's an interesting puzzle to have to deal with. Really interesting. Oh well. Let's do the next one. Actually, let's wait a second. Other decks that I've been running, like I said, I do need to do some more Dragon Priest. I'm still trying to... I went sort of based off of Dog's list that got to Legend Rank 1 first, but I think there is some room for at least tinkering now that the metagame's changed to where it has right now. Although rank 10 is really interesting tonight. It's not at all. It's been kind of a grab bag versus the swarms of shamans and paladin or shamans and priests that I've been seeing.
You asked for it. My hammer burns with holy fire.
Oh yeah, but you're holding a sword. Okay, Peacekeeper may still be right. I think True Silver's definitely right. You want to mulligan hard for Doomsayer, just in general. Yeah, that was interesting, that last one where we just did not have a good board clear.
Hello.
Alright. Strangely, have not run into any freeze mage yet.
My master?
Alright, so we know what this deck is. This seems like a Doomsayer turn.
The end is coming!
Denies some board, denies a potential turn 3 play. Once again, it may be better to do it a turn later just because we have... For Cthulhu decks, there's quite a few buffers that you can get on turn 2. Or turn 3, so there's Consecrate.
Reporting for duty.
But this does sort of let me skip a turn to get my True Silver out. I guess a little quicker. So that's not awful. Alright. So see, he had something in hand. You said well met. That's hilarious. Do I kill this with the sword? I mean, it's 10-10. The little pop-up there just came alive. Let's go ahead and just clear it. We're playing Healbot next turn anyway. So at least we have a Death Rattle minion. I mean, part of this, how this is going to advantage me and advantage the other player too, is that both of our decks want to get to our turn 10. So I think that's going to be key. Wow, does he not have a play? Or he doesn't want to drop sword into it. That's fine. Okay, good. Pyromancer Consecrate can be really nice. And we just put a crap ton of damage on the board. This will actually even trade into Twin Emperors pretty well. Of course, we have our Sword Charging Keeper to hold on to, too. Yeah, Twin Emperors. If you're running Cthulhu decks, you need to summon it. What? Oh, you bleep hole. Alright. I'm going to decrease this guy's attack. Just because I don't want this to be an easy ping.
Follow the rule.
Increase the trading potential. And it's a possible Flame Strike turn, so we're not going to coin out Sejin.
Reporting for duty.
Although what I'd really love to see is a Cthulhu deck that also ran Yogg Saron and all these spells, but right now he hasn't really played much of anything yet. So we could keep Revolt in this just to make some more favorable trades, especially since we don't have a weapon in hand now.
What to do? What to do?
Alright. Let's see.
Do you hear its call?
Actual Frost Bolts. We can still trade into that.
Caress your fear.
I don't want to caress my fear. That sounds so creepy. Alright.
None may steal our secrets.
3/3.
Last warning.
Cairne is good. Forbidden Healing is even better. Lets us extend the game, lets us survive beyond Cthulhu, assuming we should be able to deal with Bran with the hands that we have. Should being the key word.
What to do? What to do?
Alright, so Healbot's still up. That creates some problems for things like Twin Emperors. Especially because I haven't done any face damage to him yet, so the Death Rattle really has no effect. And he has managed to pump up his Cthulhu a little bit. I think the best... He's actually passing. Okay. It's going to work pretty well for us.
Not in my house.
Yeah, well. We'll do 1 net face damage, I guess. That's fine. Is this a flame strike? Oh, it's a flame strike. Do you know what you've just done? You've brought Bane into the world. Alright. Well, since he got rid of one of his flame strikes, he doesn't seem super controlling. Yeah, I do like the Corrupted Heal Bot. It's one of those cards that I just really didn't consider because a lot of the Corrupted cards got introduced all at the same time. But 5 for 6/6 is a good stat line. It's definitely not the strongest minion in this deck, but in standard format where
I have no time
you don't
for
have a
games.
lot of other options, it's not bad. I really wish I had a neat way to deal with this. I guess I kind of do. Yeah, I'll tell you what we do. We just run this in here now. And we lost Bane, which is okay. We got our Death Rattle minion out, so that's all we really care about at this point. Love that sound intro. Love it. And I guess we could have keepered that just do better things, but I like to develop this because it's not like this is going to die anyway. So he's got a lot of cards in hand. What is going to happen? So here, we haven't gotten any of our qualities. We have gotten one of our card draws. We do have Lay on Hands, which at this rate we may be able to use on other things. But this is where we talk about deck efficiency to a point where, wow.
That is
People really don't like Rag. So that was what percentage chance of 3 of those shots, 2 of them hitting Rag? It doesn't matter.
Do you hear its call?
Just annoying. Nobody lets Rag live. It's like they know he's good or something.
Listen closely.
Alright. Well, I am officially minionless. And I really don't want to use this card draw. And I'd really like to save a humility for our good friend. Alright. Since we don't have any equalities, and I think we still have 1 Pyromancer in hand, let's just do this play.
None may steal our secrets.
Okay, so down to a 3/3, and then we'll just empower our Conscript. He pings this, so what? Got a 3/3 and a 3/1. The thing, once again, is that as a Cthulhu deck, he hasn't really buffed his Cthulhu very much, and he hasn't done a lot of damage to me. He's used one of his fireballs. I still have a Doomsayer available.
The feast of souls begins now. Come, little ones.
We can deal with this. Tirion is a really good get.
Put your faith in the light.
Just sit and wait.
Reporting for duty.
Please don't polymorph Tirion. That'll make me so sad. But then again, you play Paladin long enough, you get used to all the bad things happening to Tirion.
Let's make magic.
Ew. Wow, the RNG is strong with you today. Alright. How many other spells are you holding on to, I guess, is my question.
Cthulhu is my shield. Death is close.
And are you going to attack in, or are you just going to wait? Because I might be able to get punished hard by Bran right here.
The makers.
Oh good, he didn't have Bran. So we have a quality consecrate. That's awesome. We're not gonna do it yet.
Reporting for duty.
I have a feeling I should hold off a turn.
Don't test me, child.
Like I said, I don't know what the other decks hold, but if I can equality consecrate Cthulhu, that'll be hilarious. There you go. So we have won this game now. Unless he has Pyroblast. Oh, well, now we have extra healing. Alright. And, oh my god, my Silverhand Recruit survived. Let's not talk about how awesome that is for all the bitching I did about luck before. Alright, 8 healing is good enough versus Mage. He's holding on to a Pyroblast. That Pyroblast will not save him. This is why we keep all of our healing, and all of our death rattle minions are dead. If we get a N'Zoth, it's going to be hilarious. He doesn't have any cost reduced cards. I think he's out of his win conditions unless he revives his Cthulhu.
Are you my master?
Give in to your fear.
Alright, why didn't you develop some of those before? Oh, well. Wow.
That is incredible.
Hello, N'Zoth. How's it going? Got some news for you, N'Zoth. Face the place. And while we're at it, let's do that for good measure. Because there's no way he's going to be able to both revive Cthulhu and play it. So unless he's like got the Yogg Saron, it's going to be a pretty weak one because he's cast like 4 spells, maybe 5 or 6. Oh well. Actually, I have the deck tracker in front of me. 2, 4. Oh, he's cast like 7 spells. So it wouldn't have been an awful one, but I guess he was waiting for like a super Bran turn that never came. Which is a little bit of the danger. Alright, so let's hit some buttons. We'll talk about the deck one more time. I think what I'm going to do here is just cycle through a few decks to talk about. So for those of you that are watching live, it's going to feel a little weird bouncing back and forth like this, but stay with me. This deck is fun, but expect your games to go slow. The key, like I said, the key mistake I was making piloting this deck before was being stupid with Doomsayer, not using Wild Pyromancer as means of a board clear, just playing it for tempo. You do not give 2 craps about tempo with this deck. You want control, control, control. And that's where I think Cairne and Healbot are both really good, because they put strong bodies on the board that stay on the board. 6/6 in this expansion is very problematic to deal with, especially with all the Cthulhu decks that are around there. It trades well with Twin Emperors. It trades well with the weird cultist one that's 3/6 +1 per damage. Yeah, Sylvannas, you saw some shenanigans. Pretty much the way that I lost the only game that I did in this recording session, or for this one, was just my Tirion got yanked from me. Otherwise, if you can keep control and stabilize, that's good. How do you punish a deck like this? You punish this deck by killing it before it can really get established, which at least with what I have so far, it seems like it's doing alright. So I think I'm going to switch gears here. We'll go talk about a different deck. Like I said, I got a few in mind. But that's it for now. This is Asher. Thanks for watching, and we will continue this stream here in just a second. Let me go take a quick break to make sure that my cat's still not destroying things, because she's having a good night tonight. And we'll come back with something. Let's take some time to figure it out. Take care.